Hey guys, 420 Scene here, back with another video. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and let's get right to it. Also, all you guys that enjoy pop punk, punk rock, alternative rock kind of stuff, be sure to check out my new Drop Dead cover by Olivia Rodrigo that I just dropped literally the same time as this video. Link is going to be in the upper right hand corner, and it's going to be in the description as well. A lot of you guys seem to really dig my music stuff, so be sure to check it out, subscribe, show some love. Today's video is sponsored by Aerix, who have been super nice enough to send us over this Aerix unit to unbox and check out. Aerix, let me tell you something, all right? They're all about crafting top-notch, easy to use, and affordable rigs. So if you want huge clouds and big rips, Aerix, listen, that's where you go, you know what I'm saying? I use a lot of their pieces personally. If you see my streams on Twitch, I'm always ripping them Aerix. Like I said, I use a lot of these pieces personally, especially for wax. I got the Cycloud, the Magic Bean, the McLeod, and now I got the Aerix, so I'm super happy about that. Now, Aerix, all right, their mission is to enhance your dabbing experience with cutting-edge glass technology, and listen, all right, I'm keeping it at a buck. They've delivered on everything their mission is all about. Let's unbox the Aerix real quick, and then we're going to talk about when it's the best time to switch over to veg, over to flower. We're going to have a discussion on that. All Aerix packages, they have this sleeve. Open this up. Got the little protective cover here. You got some directions on how to use the Aerix if you're not really sure. Honestly, they're really easy to use. They're a lot easier than a lot of the other E-rigs that I've seen. Like, I think they're easier to use than the Puffcos. But here is the glass unit right over here. I think there's some extra stuff that came in this box. All right, so when you pull it out, this is the unit right over here. Hopefully it can zoom in. I mean, I think it looks like a really nice piece. You can undo this hose right over here, and it connects to your carb cap, and that's where your concentrates are gonna go. There we go. So that's kind of how it looks like. Does this come with its own funnel? I'm pretty sure, let's see. It does come with its own charging and cleaning kit. All right, so I know these Aerix, they come with a little funnel so you can fill up the water. You don't even have to take the top dome part off. You could just use this funnel, which I'm gonna show you real quick. But if you do get one of these and you think yours didn't come with the funnel, it could be stuck in the box, which is what happened with this one, so. See, there we go. I thought we were gonna do this video without a funnel. That would have sucked. I already know the comment section. People be waiting for something to type. All right, so you got this piece. You put the funnel right in here, and then you just add water in here. I like it like 1/3 full of water. I don't like putting too much water because you're gonna get that backsplash, but just fill up the dome part to like about 1/3, between 1/3 and a half. I think that's kind of where you want to be with that. Okay, so what you want to do is you hit it 5 times to turn it on, and then the LEDs are going to start going off, and then you hit it 2 more times and it's going to start heating it up. Now if you want to stop the heat, like if you want to stop the heat from going up, like if you're set on, let's just say 340 or 360 degrees, you just have to hit the button 1 more time and it's going to stop. That's how you have that precise temperature control setting. And when you're done with your session, just turn it 5 times again and then it'll turn it off. And that's it. It turns off. It's literally that easy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much easier can it get? So again, guys, be sure to check out Aerix. I'm going to have my link in the description below so you get your little discount. Honestly, all their units that I've tried, I've really thought are fantastic. They got a lot of different stuff. They have customizable domes. They got customizable carb caps. I mean, they got so much good stuff. And it's really easy to use. You know what I mean? It's not anything super complicated. So again, be sure to check them out. So having said that, let's get right into the flower talk. So as far as the best time to switch from veg to flower, now I know the easy layman's answer is 60 days of veg. I mean, heck, the plants literally revolve around the number 60 if you think about it. 60 days of veg, 60 days of flower. Okay, usually on average, all right? 60 days for drying, 60% humidity. Now here's one that you might not know. Okay, like all your lights that you're using, right? It doesn't even matter what brand it is. It all runs on AC, alternating current. Now, the electricity cycles 60 times a second. I don't know if you knew that, but the only reason I know is because before I did this YouTube stuff, I was doing electrical work. But I kind of want to break some stuff down with you real quick. Now, when you're making that transition from veg to flower, it goes by the number of light and dark hours that your plants are getting every single day. It's their genetically encoded internal clock. It's kind of like how we know to get up at a certain time. It's really the same thing, because once it's just like a force of habit. It's the same thing with them. We're strictly talking photos, not autos here. You notice how sometimes your plants will start looking a little bit sad a few hours before lights out? I swear every grower freaks out about this at one time or another when you started out. Let me know in the comment section if you've ever freaked out about that, right? So again, you know how they do look like they're sad the last few hours? We're kind of just panicking. Well, us that have been doing this a long time, you know, we just kind of know. Well, it's their internal clock telling them that they're getting ready for the rest cycle, which is the second half of their photosynthesis cycle. See, they're not actually sleeping, they're respiring. They're completing the last step of their daily photosynthesis cycle. That's what's happening here. Genetics play a huge role on not only the plant structures, but also the transitional period. Now, this goes way back to the regions they're originally inhabiting. You know, like the autos, they don't respond to the light cycle because they're originally from the Siberian part of the world where, you know, there's not really that much sunlight anyway. It's just enough to survive. Now then you got the indicas, which also come from the colder part of the world. We're not talking, listen guys, we're not talking Siberian now, but indicas, they do come from the Asian mountains, and sativas, they come from the tropical parts of the world. That's why you can grace the sativas with slightly higher indoor temps, because they can handle it. It's part of their genetical code. You're not going to treat a type of plant that's originally known to not, I don't want to say thrive, but overcome and adapt to the like colder mountainy area versus like the hot tropical area. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, the environment is just completely different. One is cold, not as humid. One is super hot and pretty humid. These indicas, you know what I'm saying? Like, being that they're from like the Asian mountains, that like that's where the, you know, the Himalayas, they have to deal with wind and cold weather. Now over time, it became a part of them. It became a part of who they were, who they are now. Like I said, quoting Heartbreak Ridge over here, but they overcame and they adapted. It's also why indicas have super fat Canadian looking leaves. It's so they can absorb as much sunlight as they possibly could. Whereas sativas, with their super pin straight leaves, they don't have to worry about that crap. They get enough heat as it is. The fat leaves, that's another part of a survival trait that they've had to adapt with. Because they're from the mountainous areas, they won't get enough sunlight. But because they have those super fat leaves, they're able to absorb all the sunlight that they could possibly need, so that way they can still keep surviving and flourishing. Also, it's about 93 degrees outside. It's hot as fuck in the studio, but if I turn the AC on, you won't be able to hear me. So please drop a like on this video for real. Anyway, that's why 60 days is pretty key for indicas, whereas like 75 days is usually like the norm for straight up sativa. I know some people are gonna say like 70, 75. Let's be real. 75 degrees. I'm not talking about the hybrid, like the sativa leaning hybrids. That doesn't count. I'm talking about straight 100% haze kind of stuff here. Now, when you do make your switch, go from 18.6 to 11.13 for a week. I'm talking 11 on, 13 off, in case you're a beginner and you don't know what 11.13 is. Go from 18.6 to 11.13 for a week, and then bring them back to 12.12. See, I've had a few people I do one-on-ones with tell me that they couldn't flip their plants that quick, going from just straight 18.6 to 12.12. But once I recommended going from 18.6 to 11.13 for that first week, I'm telling you, they transit. People be hitting me up on Snapchat. Oh, they transitioned in like 2 days. Oh my God, I couldn't believe that. Which also reminds me, if you do want to do some one-on-ones with me, if you're struggling with anything, or you just want me to teach you pretty much how to grow from start to finish, I do offer something like that. So be sure to email me in the About Me section. Like, my email address is going to be on the About Me section of the channel, and we can go over some one-on-one plans and such. Also, since I've done so many videos these last few years, go over to the comment section and you tell me what you want me to cover, and we'll go over it. We'll make some videos and I'll help you out with that. I want to make videos on stuff that you legitimately want to learn about. I don't want to just keep rehashing the same videos unless there's a purpose. Like, if you guys are legitimately asking, like if I have enough people asking, okay, I want you to make a video, I want you to make a video on this, make a video on that. So just let me know in the comment section. I'm going to read some of these comment sections. Of course, if anybody spews any hate, y'all are out anyway, you know what I'm saying? So keep it positive. Just let me know what you want me to make a video on. And also, before we do close close off today's video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and also check out my new channel, Aerix Tracks. That's also going to be in the description below. And I'll see you on the next one. I'll see you later.